You're listening to WUSM Hattiesburg. It's time for the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up. The Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up is a look at the events Southern Miss Student Media covered throughout the week and the events Southern Miss Student Media is working on for next week.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap-Up. I am Abigail Troth, and I am your host today, and I just noticed my voice sounds very raspy. What is that? Lord, help me. I guess I need a drink of water or something. Lord. We have a great show planned for you today. If you didn't know what the Weekly Wrap-Up is, we just sit here. We have a whole bunch of people from the Student Media Center, and we talk about what we did this week and what our accomplishments were and what we're going to do for the next week. Today, I'm here with Rochek Basnet, Justin Ware, and Micah Gibbs, so I know that we have a wonderful, wonderful show planned for you today. We're going to talk about the Prince, SMTV, SM2 Sports. We have a lot of things planned, and we even have like a few little announcements too that you can go check out. But we're gonna go hear a few quick words from our promos and from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. This is the SM2 Weekly Wrap Up on WUSM Hattiesburg.
Southern Miss Student Media is how USM communication students put their education into action. The Student Prince, Southern Miss Radio, SMTV, and SM2 Creative are the media properties operated by Southern Miss Student Media. You can get your share of the more than $600 million USM brings to the area with help from Southern Miss Student Media. To find out more about how to reach the USM audience, email sm2sales@usm.edu.
My simple solution to the problem was remove people from the scene and help them feel safer.
In response to attacks against Asian Americans, Maddie Park raised over $250,000 to donate cab rides to the Asian community.
There is so much more work to be done. We really need to come together and tackle this issue as a community.
Support the Asian community. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
Recognition for your business or product, appreciation from a dedicated audience, and establishing yourself as a caring member of the Hattiesburg community are only a few of the benefits of sponsoring programming on WUSM. In addition, our very cost-effective underwriting rates are tax-deductible. To learn more about the upsides of underwriting programming on WUSM, call 601-266-4287.
Welcome back to the show. So now we're going to get into our segment where we interview the Student Prince editor, which is me. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk about what we did for the Student Prince. I would just like to say that we had a great week. We had some great content. I know that my multimedia journalist did some great coverage. We actually, last Friday, right after the weekly wrap-up ended, and I was not here, there was a armed gunman on campus in the parking garage who was threatening self-harm, and our multimedia journalist, I mean, they got on the scene as quick as they could to cover the story and make sure that the campus and the surrounding areas knew what was going on. And we did what we were supposed to do, which was spread the word, cover stories, tell what's going on, you know? And Simeon Gates and Bethel Miles and so many other people, oh my gosh, their breaking news coverage of that was just wonderful. And I'm very, very proud of that. I mean, it was also a really good multimedia story, too. So Simeon and Bethel covered that, and that, of course, went on the front page. We also have Suvi Lama, who covered USM workers fighting for better conditions. I did my crossword, as usual, and this week, I'm not going to lie, I made it a lot harder on purpose, because I've had a lot of people saying that they're a little too easy. So I wanted to give everyone a really big challenge. Also, this week, I had the honor and the privilege of getting to meet my most favorite author in the entire world, John Green, who came to USM, and I got to write about his speech that he gave at University Forum, and I actually got to sit down and talk with him, which was a wonderful experience. Raven Payne covered SMAC hosting Blizzard of Bucks game show. She also covered USM participating in National Financial Capability Month. Nish Ranika covered Vice President of CED welcomed for Career Talk. We also have a calendar in the paper about Sexual Assault Awareness Month events underway because April is recognized in the United States as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. So SAPA and Title IX have joined together to host many events across campus, a lot of forums. They have the What Were You Wearing exhibit right now by the Title IX office in the library, so you can go check out that, which is very, very powerful and moving, and also can be a little triggering, so I just offer a little warning for that. I did 2 entertainment pieces this week on and just bear with me, JoJo Siwa and the new Joker movie, which is coming out, which they just released the trailer for. So I just wrote a little column on those. Franklin, our wonderful opinions writer, he wrote about opening the mind window to books and happy-ish, everything is a problem, which was very interesting. And of course, we have some wonderful sports stories in here, but we will get into those in just a few minutes. For next week, as we kind of wrap up the semester, we're going to kind of broaden our coverage a little bit more, and we're going to kind of cover a few hard-hitting news stories. So we have a lot of things underway. We're going to talk about the dismantling of the Academic Advisement Center, the dismantling of the School of Coastal Resiliency at the Gulf Park campus. We're also going to cover the Sexual Assault Awareness and People of Color Communities Forum. And we also have a Title IX investigation underway. So please stay tuned because we have a lot of great things coming up for y'all. We will actually stop printing the paper for the semester in a few weeks, so please make sure you're staying up to date with everything. You can also go check out our new website at sm2media.com. So now we're going to hear from Bethel Miles reporting on USM's 114th birthday celebration, and then we'll be right back to talk with SMTV.
I'm here in front of Spirit Park where the atmosphere is electric for Southern Miss's 114th birthday. As you can see, people are dancing, having fun, and even getting a little bit of something to eat. Now, Southern Miss's birthday is usually celebrated on the regular Founders Day, which is the 30th of March, but because the 30th will be held on Easter this year, they decided to bring their collaborative efforts together and throw an extravaganza. I also had an opportunity to catch up with the director who's over all of the events happening for this week.
So we're celebrating the institution's Founders Week. So Southern Miss's Founders Day is actually on March 30th. Whenever March 30th falls on the weekend, we celebrate it before or after the actual founding date. So the award ceremony that celebrates student leaders and the transition of the SGA is tomorrow. But today, this is an event, we're calling it the Southern Miss Birthday Party, and it's a way for the entire community to be able to celebrate the institution and our founding together.
Because of that Southern Mississippi heat and the event being thrown midday, there were some concerns that the event wouldn't get the turnout that it usually does. I asked Serena Cantrell, our dean, the obvious question of why is something like this so important?
I think it's very important, especially for new students that don't know the history of the institution, don't know how long it's been here, how long it's been serving students. I think it's critical that we continue traditions. I was worried that students weren't going to come today. We just weren't sure, but this is it. When something comes together and you see all these students having a great time, this is what it's about.
It's hot, but it's a good time or whatever. Have more events like this. We don't have enough events, so events like this will be good.
As you can see, despite these hot temperatures, we are still out here enjoying ourselves and having a good time. I'm Bethel Miles with SM2.
Wow, thank you, Bethel. That was a wonderful package. Let me tell y'all something. Bethel is just a wonderful journalist, y'all. I swear, one day you're going to see him nationally, and I mean that. So right now, I'm here with Justin and Rochuk. Hey, how are y'all doing?
We're good.
Wonderful, wonderful. So y'all are here to talk about SMTV? Take it away.
That's right. So this week, SMTV was amazing, like always. So usually we do so on Wednesday, but due to weather, we have to do on Thursday. So it is live right now on our YouTube channel. You can go to Southern Miss Student Media to watch the latest episode. And we also had Kennedy Drake for her second show this semester. She is new to anchoring and she's doing really amazing job.
She is.
And we had amazing stories from our different talented anchors. So more on that by Justin Ware.
All right. So to start off with, we covered the incident about the parking garage incident. We covered that very well. Like you said, Bethel and the rest of the MJs did great on that.
Mm-hmm.
And we also covered about the homeless shelter here in Hattiesburg. And we did really good on those as well.
Awesome.
So and also we are trying different thing with SMTV by making new graphics, trying different style. Like for example, this week sportswear outside. Usually we do in the stadium, but we used to do on studio. But this week we did outside with new intro, and also for Flash News we have new graphics, and we are trying all of this thing. And for the next few weeks and for the future, we will be trying to improve graphics and overall presentation of ours. So subscribe to our YouTube channel to find out more about that.
Awesome. Do y'all have any new things that y'all want to kind of plug a little bit more, like any other segments or things like that? Like SMTV Cinema?
Oh, yeah, SMTV Cinema. This week we covered the new movie releasing in May. We talked about The Fall Guy and If. Both of them are releasing this May. And we are trying to make SMTV Cinema really special, and you just have to wait for that.
I'm really excited. So, how are y'all going to close out the semester? You know, how are y'all going to go out strong? Do y'all have any goals you're going to set to go out strong?
Just like you said earlier, Rochuk said earlier, just try to improve on stuff that we've learned this semester. It's been my first semester doing this, and I've absolutely loved it. And I'm proud of our whole team. But our end goal is just to do better and hopefully have the best show at the end.
Awesome. Well, I know y'all can achieve it because y'all have done great this semester. I'm very, very satisfied with the things that SMTV has done. And I know we're going to have some great packages for y'all next week. So definitely. I know you're going to have the content, and I know you're going to finish strong. So thank y'all for that. Now we're going to hear the new community calendar. This is the weekly wrap up on WUSM 88.5 Hattiesburg.
Hello, Golden Eagles. My name is Kennedy Drake, and I'm here with Community Calendar, where we gather information from around campus and within the community near you in Hattiesburg. Get ready for the Ambassador Series, where they will present Long Beach live swinging at sunset with the Southern Miss Jazz Tet. The concert begins April 5th at 7 p.m. in Town Green Pavilion. The musical group is filled with 6 individuals who showcase their skills by playing a variety of instruments. This group is sure to take you on a musical journey. The University Forum will take place with the famous guest speaker, John Green. Mark your calendars for April 9th at 6:30 p.m. in Bennett Auditorium. John Green is an author and creates educational videos online. Don't miss the chance to learn how to reach success and become more informed about educational topics. Forest County Farmers Market Spring Festival will take place April 13th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the 1200th Corrine Street. This is the perfect opportunity to get fresh foods, baked goods, and plenty of accessories. Mark your calendars for an evening of shopping. If you are in the mood to have a good laugh, come see comedian James Gregory at the Joe Paul Theater in the Thad Cochran Center. The fun starts April 14th at 5 p.m. Gregory's comedy is based on real-life experiences that will leave the audience in uplifting spirits. Bring a friend and enjoy comedic storytelling. If you have an event you would like for us to promote, send it to sm2news@usm.edu. This is just one way we thank our community for watching Southern Miss TV and supporting us here at Southern Miss Student Media Center. Visit our website, sm2media.com, to keep up with all of our news. Signing out, I'm Kennedy Drake, and this has been your Community Calendar.
Put a frog in boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in cool water and slowly heat it up, that frog will boil. As veterans, we tell ourselves the lie that we can handle anything. We let the water boil. You are not a frog. If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach. Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Regresando a la escuela, sí tenía miedo, porque yo tenía pensamientos que no sabía si iba a poder hacerlo.
A los 47 años, Marco obtuvo su high school diploma.
Nunca es muy tarde para obtenerlo.
Nadie obtiene un diploma solo. Si estás pensando en obtener tu high school diploma, puedes recibir ayuda. Encuentra clases gratis para adultos cerca de ti en completatudiploma.org. Repito, completatudiploma.org. Presentado por la Dollar General Literacy Foundation y el Ad Council.
Research shows that audiences feel positively about businesses that underwrite programming on their community radio station. Research also shows that the audiences are likely to patronize businesses that support community radio programming. The audience also believes that businesses that support community radio care about their community. If you want to build this type of relationship with WUSM's audience, call us at 601-266-4287 to ask about sponsoring programming. It's more than just exposure, it's building a community relationship.
I'm Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is my job is people, everyone is my business. But unfortunately in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jakimick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Weekly Wrap Up, y'all. So now we're going to get into our talk with SMT Sports. Hi, Micah. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. So tell me what happened this week in sports.
Well, first of all, the football team had a spring game, and it went well. We had about a 45 to 70-minute spring game, dealing with a lot of things. It wasn't the traditional spring game where one team go against another team. It was a scrimmage plus situational work like 2-minute drills, 3rd and long, stuff that is key to winning football games, honestly. If you can't convert on 3rd and long, you're not going to win. You can't do a 2-minute drill, you're not going to win. We also saw the new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. We got to see their schemes and their systems and how it will work against a live offense. And something that was interesting with this spring game was the quarterbacks were live. That's something that you do not see in spring games. Usually quarterbacks have red jerseys, and they tell them don't touch them. But it seems like Will Hall is, he wants to win. That was the quote that we got from him. He said it's time to win, point blank.
Yeah.
So he is pushing. He wants his team to be tough, physical, and he wants them to, go out there and get a dub. Finishing 3-9 after coming off a 6-6 season last year, I believe, is not what you want to do. You don't want to go back. You want to go forward. So seeing a spring game like that, getting the fans' interest up, and just seeing a team out there was a good experience. Secondly, we want to talk about Coach Joy.
Yes, absolutely.
Recently won Pat Summitt's Most Courageous Award, and I just want to take this time to give her props and to give her flowers because she is the university. She embodies Southern Miss, constantly fighting, constantly making a way, pushing through. She was first diagnosed with cancer in 2017, and she's still coaching. She's still fighting. She is the pillar of resilience. She is a pillar of courageousness. So just seeing her go out there and fight and continue to coach and lead the girls to back-to-back 20-win seasons is amazing.
Yeah.
Coach Joy is, I can't say enough about Coach Joy. She's just wonderful. She's a wonderful person.
Absolutely.
And I'm praying for her that she can, win this fight with cancer.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what happened in baseball this week?
Baseball, they did good. They had a midweek game against Southeastern Louisiana. They managed to win three runs in the 7th inning, managed to bring them home. I know it's kind of tough playing those games in the middle of the week because usually you're coming off a weekend series or, you're a little sluggish and it's a Tuesday. You don't want to play a game on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
But they managed to go out there and get the dub. They have a game today at 5 versus Georgia State.
Yeah.
So that should be interesting. And, it's getting close to that time where the World Series is rolling around. It's April.
Yeah.
May's right around the corner. So we seeing, you got to lock in. You got to, tighten up all the screws. You got to make sure all the kinks are worked out because we want to see them in the World Series. We want to see them make a push in the postseason and do something great.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I saw that for this week on SMTV Sports, or SMT Sports, I'm so sorry, that y'all did it in Reed Green this week.
Yeah, we did it in Reed Green, and we did it on the NCAA tournament. It was more of an ESPN style kind of show. We really focused in on breaking down the games and analyzing what happened. First off, just want to give a big, huge shout out to the South Carolina women's team, 38-0, the 10th team in NCAA history to go undefeated and win a national championship. I mean, Dawn Staley is the GOAT. She is the GOAT.
Yeah.
You can't really take anything away from her. She is one of the greatest women's basketball coaches of all time. South Carolina managed to win the championship, and Caitlin Clark, she is the GOAT too.
Absolutely, Caitlin's a
lights
beast.
Out. She is lights out. She goes out there. She performs for her team, and it's going to be interesting to see her in the WNBA and Angel Reese and Camila Cardoza and all those players that had a big run in the tournament. UConn, congratulations to UConn, Donovan Clingan, Stephen Castle, all those guys over there at UConn for the win. They were a well-balanced team. They could attack you from anywhere to paint, the three-point line, and mid-range. Their defense was amazing. They have a great coach, and they just managed to back-to-back repeat. They did what everybody thought they were going to do, even though nobody was really talking about them.
Yeah.
They did what they knew they wanted to do. They did what they set out to do, and it's amazing to see that they can, repeat. And those two great teams on the women's and men's side managed to keep their legacy going.
Absolutely. Well, I know you're doing a great job with sports, and I know that you're just working so hard, so we're very grateful for that, Micah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank y'all for being on the show today. Y'all made this a great segment. I'm very, very proud of this show, and I know that we have some great coverage. We have some great things going on. Once again, I'd like to plug our new website, sm2media.com. It's got a whole redesign. We have a new logo you can go check out. Check us out on Instagram at sm2.usm. Stay updated with us. You can go pick up a new copy of the Student Prints in any building on campus, or you can read our articles, once again, on our website. You can also watch the new episode of SMTV on YouTube at Southern Miss Student Media, so go check that out as well. We have a lot of great things going on for you as we wrap up this semester, and I would just like to once again extend my thanks to everybody involved. Thank you to the people who are running this show in here, Trederica and Alina. Thank y'all for just keeping it afloat, and thank y'all for keeping it going. Thank you to Wilbur, thank you to Dr. Beverly, and thank you to everybody who is involved in making SM2 great. I will catch y'all next week. After this show, we have the News You Need show coming up with Dr. Ed, so stay tuned for that. Thank y'all for listening. This is the SMT Weekly Wrap Up.
This has been the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up. A look at the events Southern Miss Student Media has covered throughout the week and the events Southern Miss Student Media is working on for next week. The Southern Miss Student Media Weekly Wrap Up airs Fridays at noon on Southern Miss Radio. We'll see you next week for the Southern Miss Student Media Weekly